Hey guys, this is 22 Tiger Dude, and this is going to be my spoiler review for Star Trek Into Darkness. So, I don't do spoiler reviews on my channel. I mean, the only reason I did it for Iron Man 3 was because, I had to get that certain something out of my chest, and I felt that was necessary. In my opinion, I don't feel like for my channel spoiler reviews are necessary. The only reason I am making this video though is because a nice and fellow subscriber named John Mathews, he asked if I could do a spoiler review, and I'm all like, okay, sure. By the way, I'm going to leave a link to John Mathews' channel below. He's done several trailer reactions, and John Mathews, I hope you enjoy this, as well as all of my fellow subscribers on here. Alright, I'm going to just go through the spoilerish parts, so if you guys have not seen Star Trek Into Darkness yet, avoid this video. You've been warned. If you watch the rest of the video, it's all your fault because I warned you. I'm going to go into spoilerish details for what I remember seeing. Here it goes. The movie starts out with this nice big action scene, just like the original, except that action scene, it was a little more emotional. It starts out all fun and intense. We have Chris Pine, Kirk, and Carl Urban. They're in this weird island, and then we see Spock in the suit at this nice volcano. By the way, the cinematography in the volcano was breathtaking. And so it was the scene where supposedly Spock was going to die. And then Kirk, he felt in his gut to go save a Spock, even though Spock told him that he's better off just dying. But Kirk still saved Spock anyways. And then that was cool. So that's good. Spock is saved. Yay. And then Spock, that bastard, reported Kirk for saving his life. So Kirk lost his position of being the captain. And we have Bruce Greenwood, who was giving Kirk a hard time. And I honestly didn't like Bruce Greenwood, how he was treating Kirk, because he did the right thing. Like, he saved Spock for Pete's sake. And even though it was kind of going against the rules, he did it because he didn't want to lose another life. And I was more on Kirk's side. And those of you that have seen this movie, tell me, do you think it was right for Kirk to leave Spock at the volcano, let him die? Or do you think he made the right choice of going to save Spock, even though it got him into trouble and he lost his position as the captain? Let me know that in the comments. We have Benedict Cumberbatch. We have this weird thing where this African American dude, we have him and this daughter, and I got a little confused there for a sec. And then Benedict Cumberbatch told him how he could save his own daughter. So I couldn't follow that until that part of the storyline was over. Because they had this little ring put in the glass and then poof, it exploded. Which had me go, whoa, what the hell? Whoa. That surprised me right there. And then, of course, in this movie, you have these big, awesome, epic action scenes going throughout. And then we have Alice Eve, who comes in here. And Alice Eve, I really liked her, and she's out of my league. She's very hot. I liked her in Men of Black 3. Those are the films I've seen her in as far as I can remember. But Alice Eve, I thought she was really good here. She was hot. She wasn't a useless character, but like her character was actually useful. Something to do with the medicals, that's all I could say. And then we have Chris Pine, Kirk, Zoe Saldana, and Spock, Zachary Quinto, at this little thing. And that's where they find Benedict Cumberbatch, because they were like ordered to capture him and terminate him. But Chris Pine, he didn't do it, even though he promised he would kill Benedict Cumberbatch. And then, spoiler alert, Why am I saying spoiler alert? This is a spoiler video. Benedict Cumberbatch is Khan. That's right. He was Khan. And although I haven't seen the original ones, including the Wrath of Khan Star Trek film, so of course I wouldn't be as recognized with that stuff as the Trekkies out there. But his identity, who he truly was, it did surprise me a little. I saw it coming in a way, but I was kind of shocked in the inside. So I thought that part of the film was really cool. And then here's another one that actually shocked me. The actor who played the original RoboCop, he is Alice Eve's father. That was actually the biggest surprise for me. As soon as Alice Eve said, "Father" or "Dad," whatever she said. Oh man, that was a bad Alice Eve impression. That shocked me right there. And then the final spoilerish part of this movie I want to get through is when the ship is like falling down. It's like crashing down. Captain Kirk, Chris Pine, he has to go up in this little thing, like stop the ship from falling down, making it fly again. But then, thanks to Captain Kirk saving everyone, the Enterprise, it leads up to him dying. That's right. And so we have the moments of Captain Kirk. You saw in the trailers, and he puts his hand on one window, Spock puts his hand on the other, and then they do this. I can't do this, but they do this. Yeah, like that. They were doing this in the window. Oh man. Captain Kirk died. Spock, he got pissed off. He actually felt emotion, and he said, "Khan!" And that was actually really cool right there. I'm all like, oh shit, Spock is pissed. And so that was really interesting. And so the finale of the film is Spock chasing after Benedict Cumberbatch. To be honest, I wish that was longer though. It was only like a 4-minute, 5-minute thing. In my spoiler-free review, I said how my nitpick was that the last 4 minutes, I really mean to say the last 6 minutes of the movie. So the last 6 minutes, to be honest, it felt rushed to me. Just a little rushed. But the fight scene felt a little short, and I wish it would have been long. But I had 2 nitpicks, and of course one of them was a spoiler, so I couldn't say it in my spoiler-free review. But another nitpick I actually had with the film was how we all think Kirk is dead, and then like 3 minutes later, he's alive again. You feel this emotion. You actually think that was the end of Captain Kirk, and that the rest of the franchise, like the third one, could continue with Spock as the captain. Here's what I think. If you're going to create an emotional scene, at least have Captain Kirk die, I say, 20 or 25 minutes before the finale. And then that's when, towards the end of the movie, we could actually see him come back to life. I think the film would have been good that way, but in a way it kind of felt wasted for J.J. Abrams to make him die and then have him come back to life 3 minutes later. So yeah, that's another nitpick I have of the film. So that's really 2 nitpicks I have with Star Trek Into Darkness, was that the last 4 to 6 minutes was a little rushed, and that Captain Kirk turns back to life like 3 or 4 minutes later after he was supposed to die. It's just 2 nitpicks. It doesn't affect my loving and enjoyment of Star Trek Into Darkness, because of everything I've seen in this film. It exceeded my expectations. I honestly thought it was a little better than the first. It had a better villain, whereas the villain Nero in the original film. I truly loved Star Trek Into Darkness. I still stand by my 4 out of 4 star rating. Well, actually, I never want to change my ratings of movies. I always stick by my rating. Love the pacing, love the action, love the story, love the direction, love the cinematography, love the acting, Love the character development, just everything I saw in this film. It was incredible. So, that's my spoiler-filled review of Star Trek Into Darkness, you guys. Subscribe to my channel, like and share this video, like my 22 Tiger Dude Facebook page, follow me on Twitter, and then comment below and spoil it away. What's the one action scene that you thought really stood out the most? The action scene I thought really stood out the most was definitely when the ship is like falling down to the point where it's getting a little more near to the earth. So like I thought that was the action scene that really stood out the most in my opinion. And then comment and tell me if you thought Kirk should have let Spock live, or if Kirk should have left Spock died, since you know it caused him to lose his position as a captain. Thanks for watching, you guys. I am 22 Tiger Dude. Don't forget that I'll always have Tiger Power!